Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Living the Yogi's Life, where I share with you the tips and tricks about how to translate the lessons learned on your yoga mat into your everyday life. Today's episode, I'm going to share with you two really fun things. First of all, I'm going to talk with you about being yourself. When you begin to practice yoga, the best yoga practice brings you more into understanding who you are, what is authentically your truth, and who you are in your individual self. Don't let anyone tell you that you need to dress in a particular way or do a particular thing in order to practice yoga. You don't need to go off and live in a cave or join a yoga cult. You just need to do the practice. The practice itself will be your guide into what is your own truth. We all each individually have a mission, I believe, in life, and yoga will optimize that mission. It'll tune you into who you are and give you the power to be strong enough to accept and love that about yourself. So the second thing that I'm going to share with you today is a request from a viewer. The viewer request is for a review of sports bras. Now, I love all kinds of fun fashion and I love to put on clothes that inspire me to practice. So this review of sports bras is definitely one of my favorite things to do, and it's also a response to a viewer question. If you have a question and you want me to address something in one of these Living the Yogi's life blogs that I'm doing, please leave me a comment or send it to me over my email. You can find my email on my website contact form, and I'll be sure to try to include them. So definitely stay in touch with me about that. Okay, so let's get into the sports bras. Number one, let's start with what I'm wearing. This line is from Shakti Activewear. It's one of my favorite lines. This is one of my favorite sports bras of all time. It fits really well. It gives a lot of coverage, and at the same time, it has this really cool back. I'm all about really kind of fun, funky, cool backs. What this sports bra looks like is like this. It kind of looks like, how would you even be able to tell what it is? So the front is like this, and the back is really, really open. Surprisingly, if you get the right size, everything stays in place. And if you have a little bit extra up at the top, you just kind of have to put them in there, and then the tension of the bra itself will hold them in place. This stays, nothing falls out during practice. It's one of my favorite. It comes in a lot of funky, cool colors. Shakti is one of my favorite lines, so let's actually start with the other Shakti bras that I have. This is also another cool design. At first, I wasn't completely sure that I was going to like that because of this extra patch that's up at the top, but it really helps the whole sports bra stay in place. And this gives, it's not as tight as this one, but I really love the triangular shape and the super open back. It looks really good under a tank top too. Now this is one of my most favorite sports bras ever. This is called the Lattice top, and it holds a lot together in the front, but at the same time, I love the back. This just feels really, really cool, and it gives you a nice feeling, has a lot of support. At the same time, you have to put yourself in the bra if you're working with it. Okay, I think that's all the Shakti pieces that I have. We're gonna move on to my second favorite thing to wear, which is bandeaus. I'm gonna give you one bandeau from Fat Buddha. Fat Buddha bandeaus I love. They're super great in terms of all the colors, and they have this sort of mesh in the back that makes them really stay in place. The number one comment that I get about bandeaus from students and from people who want to wear them is how do they stay in place? Fat Buddha really does a good job of keeping them in place by giving this kind of like a wide band at the top, a wide band at the bottom. It also has removable cups. I take the cups out, but if you want a little extra coverage, a little extra support, you can leave them in. Great colors. Yellow is one of my favorite colors to wear. I just really love it, and Fat Buddha makes a really nice yellow. So that's Fat Buddha. Next, we're gonna go, there's one more Shakti. Sorry, I forgot about that. This is kind of like halfway between a halter and a bandeau, which I really like because everything again stays in place. It gives you a little more support than any of the other Shaktis, so it's a little bit more stable, and it doesn't give you too much coverage, and it comes in a lot of really cool prints, so I really like it. Now, what else is there? We're gonna move on to Lotus. Lotus, one of my favorite brands from Hawaii. They make this in cotton. So cotton's not my favorite material to practice in just because it's a little see-through, and I don't really like when I get really, really sweaty. I know that happens sometimes. I actually get really sweaty, and the cotton I feel gets a little see-through, but I love the tie-dye. So I'm thinking that that's so, so pretty. And I've worn this a lot, and it's actually held up pretty well, and I just throw it right in the dryer so it gets its shape back even though it's cotton. Okay, so let's go on to Aloe. Aloe is a cool line from California, and this is a chase bra from Aloe. And the front, you could say it looks kind of normal, but what I really like about the back, again, as I'm all about these cool backs, is the 3 lines that are at the back, and they do it in a lot of funky, cool colors. This one's just black, but it fits really well. It gives a lot of coverage, and at the same time, it has this kind of cool back. All right. La La Land Comfy Wear. This is another one of these bras. It's really similar to what I'm wearing, except instead of the wide straps in the back, they have these strings. And the way that this fits in the back is really beautiful. It just gives a really nice kind of feeling in the back. It's totally open, but at the same time, it gives you a lot of support. You again have to put yourself into the bra, especially if you have a little extra up around the chest area, but once it's in, it really stays in place, okay? Rogiani is a line from California. It's made in Hollywood. Elizabeth Rogiani, she's a really awesome person, makes these kind of couture fashion pieces, and you can kind of see there's a little something extra about the material, a little something extra about the design. This is one of her most basic sports bras, and what makes this one different is that you can get these custom made to your size. You can actually send your size over and she'll make them exactly according to your own size. You can really get custom made clothes. It's amazing. And they fit really, really nicely and they hold up really well. I don't recommend you put them in the dryer at all, but the colors really stay over a long period of time. Okay, Beyond Yoga is the next sports bra we're gonna go to. Beyond Yoga is really cool. Their fabric is a little thicker, so has this more kind of velvety, lush feeling, which in the summer in Miami I think is a little hot, but in the winter it's good. In any colder climate, you're never gonna notice that unless you're also in a warm, humid place like Miami. Cool back, so I'm a fan of this one. They used to make a bandeau, but they don't make it anymore. But this kind of is a little renovation of the T-back, because it has a little bit of the open. Love the pop colors. As you can see, I'm really into big colors. This gives a lot of support. And if you want a little bit more than something like what I'm wearing, then Beyond Yoga is definitely a plus. Athleta makes this really cool bra that's kind of like a tie-dye, but it gives a little more support. This is a seamless bra, so it doesn't have a lot of seams going through it. It gives a lot of support. So this is the one with probably the most support so far that we've been through, but at the same time, it's not overwhelming. Like, it's not like gonna squeeze you in, but it's a really cool color, and I really like the seamless. Also really like Athleta. They're just a really cool brand. One more sports bra as part of this style haul review is from Lululemon. And a lot of people are down on Lululemon, but this is an interesting bra. I just wanted to review everything. And one of the things I find about Lululemon pieces is that the bras tend to run a little small, but this one was different because it was a bandeau. I'm always on the lookout for new bandeaus. So this is a bandeau with a halter strap, so it's kind of cool. I'm not my favorite one out of all of them, but I like the color. I'm really into this kind of mint teal green, and it's hard to find something like that. I like the lines at the back that kind of give this sort of hidden thing that you wouldn't expect, and the different color there. It's kind of cool. So one last thing about all the different sports bras, I gotta tell you one little secret. You can probably go to any major department store in the US and go to the underwear department and look for bandeaus. These bandeaus, relatively cheap, and they stay in place because they're made to be bras. I recommend just don't get the white ones because they're going to be really see-through, but they have a lot of kind of really fun pop colors, and you may even find a space dye or a tie-dye or something like that, or definitely black, and these definitely stay in place again because these bandeaus are made to be bras, and they really stay in place, especially if you have any issues with that. They're really a little bit tighter than the average bandeau that's made, and they're definitely cheaper, so if you're looking for a cheaper option, like you just want to explore it, I definitely recommend you go for that option, and no one's really going to notice that you're wearing underwear, especially if it's black. What's the difference between a bandeau that just has a sports bra label or one that you find in any department stores, underwear department? As long as it feels good and it holds you in place, that's really all that matters, especially if you're putting on a tank top over it. It doesn't need to have the label sports bra for you to actually wear it like that. Some of my favorite pieces are from there. I don't remember any of the brands, otherwise I would have brought them down, but that's just a really good tip. It doesn't have to be a name brand for it to fit you really well. You just have to really, really like it. So I hope you've enjoyed the sports bra style haul. Thanks to the viewer who requested this. Your name is Melanie, and I remember meeting you in Vienna. And one more thing, so hi Melanie, I hope you see this video. Now, I also wanted to share that I love when people get inspired to practice, and Melanie came to my workshop in Vienna and she's been practicing, so this is a personal shout out to you to keep you inspired and on your yoga path. Namaste everyone. Thanks for watching.